Hello, my dear friends Martina and Michael. It's
Yeah.
really great to see you guys, and thank you for this incredible opening. And you remind me always that we need to go back to basics. And in marathon game, basics is incomplete team. This is exactly right. This is the basics. So this is what really makes the big difference between static situation and dynamic growth. Because if you don't create incomplete and complete those teams, right? So then you are static. Then you keep your three teams and you are fine. And you are qualified, you are active supervisor. But if you are not striving to create new incomplete team with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new people, and then you have no choice but to go and complete it, working with the entire community of all other three teams, creating fourth team, then you are not growing. So the only way to grow is to constantly create incomplete teams. That's the philosophy. So thank you guys. This is wonderful. So I want to share with you today some very exciting things which we are going to experience and introduce to the market in 2025. This is just unbelievable. Just to give you some background, in the first 5 years of marathon, and now we are facing we are 5 years into the game. So it's 5 years of adoption. So we are just it's a period of adoption because it's like with nutrition clubs. Nutrition clubs started in early 2000 in Mexico, but there is huge momentum right now in Europe, in some countries in Europe at least, right, with nutrition clubs. But it took 20 years to get to the point that we understand what it means. Now we got huge adoption. Now we got the model. Now we got something which is very attractive, generates royalties, creates new leadership, creates new marketing plan levels, and so on and so forth. So it's now we are 20 years later, right? So that's why it takes adoption. It takes time. Adoption takes time. Modeling takes time. Creating testimonials takes time. And there are different iterations, different forms and shapes during those years until it gets to the position that we say, okay, so this is the way to do it. By the way, 5 years from now, it's going to be even better. Okay, 10 years from now. So it's constantly evolving those models. And the same with marathon. Marathon is slightly different story because it's more structured than nutrition clubs, because nutrition clubs is the personal initiative of a supervisor who runs it in a way and form and shape people choose, right? So it's not structured, and you don't exactly duplicate. You need to duplicate and do it in your way. Okay, everyone does nutrition clubs in their way until the latest wave came to the market, which is more structured, which is great. So the same with the same idea is relevant for marathon, because since it's very structured, it's vice versa. This is very structured. So what you do, you create your communities, and you do better job within the communities. If you want to promote, you bring more people, you create more teams, you create more captains. But at the end of the day, the game is the same game for every participant. In terms of, it's like marketing plan, the same marketing plan for all. So it's the same. It's kind of the game, the marketing plan of the game. It's a plan of the game. So why do we need this game, right? Just to remind ourselves, because we want our customers to have this great experience with us and stay with us and be engaged with us. And then we can move them to the next levels of the marketing plan, right? To become distributors, to become supervisors, and so on and so forth, and discover Herbalife opportunity at the end of the day. But first, our customers need to be happy. This is number one priority. That's why it was initially designed for, to make our customers happy. So we have lots of data, which is coming from those teams and captains and customers and everything and players, right? And now the data shows that the stickiness and retention rate is the highest ever in all methods of operation up until now, at least what I remember in the last 34 years. So this is the highest level of engagement for customers and also for supervisors, because if you run teams and your customers are there, so you cannot leave it because your customers are there. So this is what we discovered. Now, obviously, improving it all the time. This year is going to be big additional new business, which is very interesting. So I want to invite you to 2025, and I want to invite you to the Marathon 4.0. Marathon 4.0 is not a different platform. You don't need to switch to any place. It's going to be a set of features which would open a brand new business opportunity for all of us. So up until now, what we've done, we've developed all kinds of features, all kinds of flows in order to strengthen those basic links with customers. All right, content, customers, community, captain, all this communication, everything, recognition. And but it's very important to understand that everything was at the customer level, customer success, customer level, customer competitions, customer recognition, right? A little bit of competition amongst teams within the league of the same captain, right? But it's the same customers of the same supervisor, which means everything up until now was customer business. Customer business. From now on, we are adding new layer to the game. So we are moving to the next level, which is building organization and building royalties. And this is what this 4.0 is about. We are going to introduce this year several unbelievable features which will take your business to the next level, will help you to create huge amount of organizational business. So let's move. Let me just introduce you to the first one. It's going to be very later this year, probably third quarter, is going to be the most interesting thing is going to come. You can't even imagine. It's under development, under construction, in the development. But you're going to be so excited like you've never been before. You're going to cry, everybody, including myself. I'm already crying. But let's start with the first one. It's called Marathon Clusters. This is new game. This is new game for people who are building organization. So Marathon Clusters is the new module for captains to compete, Okay, it was up until now, you remember, it was for customers to compete. Now it's for captains to compete and for leaders to build their strong organization. So brand new thing. So let me introduce you the clusters, ladies and gentlemen, the clusters. So Marathon Clusters, we create group of up to 30 captains. This is for leadership. This is for serious people who are thinking millionaire team, president's team and above. So if you're not interested, don't waste your time. But if you're interested in growing your organization and become and reach top levels of the marketing plan, so this is for you. So we form groups of captains, up to 30 captains, right? We run together the lab. It's not new. Many people, many captains are already getting together and running lab together. Creating it's done probably in some kind of Facebook groups, WhatsApp chats, Telegram chats, and so on and so forth. So people are already cooperating and running communities together, running labs together, right? But they run it as individual captains, not as a competing group, right? Not playing the same game. Just happen to be during the same time being at the same community. But now the change, but now we are going to build it into the system. So we form groups of captains. If I have my, let's say, minimum 10 captains, it needs to be minimum 10 captains in the group. If I have my 10 captains, I form my cluster. So we are going to run a lab together as cluster, as group of captains, and those captains are going to compete during this lab. And it's going to be very interesting, okay? So the cluster synchronized based on days when people the first day and the last day of the lab. It's important, so they would be the data would be synchronized. The only way to do it is within what's it's called the standard monthly plan. I will elaborate it a little bit later what it means. So it means that actually the day one of the lab should start on the first day of the month, like May 1st, just for example. If May 1st is the first day of the month, first day of the lab, it means that lab started, actually the start day was one day before, right? The last day of the previous month, all right? Then we all run together and then we all compete, and system sees us as competing entities and produces lots of interesting data, feedback, all kinds of daily cards, competition amongst customers, amongst distributors, amongst captains, and so on and so forth. So we have 2 labs during the months, and they are standard and they are measured, but they are measured now as a group, not as individual captain, but as a group of captains. All right. So, and then we could produce statistics like we do right now for the team, the same way for the cluster. So it was a team of 9 players, right, including captain, measured, synchronized during the lab. Now the same for captains, between 10 and 30. This is number of captains which we need to have. So what it means, standard monthly plan. This is what it means. So standard monthly plan, some people work based on standard monthly plan already. I know many countries are already working. Some countries are not working. Some countries are running their labs. They would start, let's say, on Monday, and they would finish on whatever, 10 days later, right? Or some people choose Thursday. They say, let's put a weekend in the middle. Some people, I know, they start on Wednesday, and so on and so forth. So this is how people do, which is totally fine. But we can't compete amongst different, we can't compete as captains if we don't have 2 fixed dates during the months when we can get all the data and compare. So we need to have a fixed date. It's like Herbalife marketing plan. We have to start it on the 1st and finish it on the 31st, and then get results and then pay royalties. Because now we know we all synchronized. This is exactly the idea of standard monthly plan within marathon game. In order to compete, in order to get all the conclusions, we need to link ourselves to the Herbalife marketing plan months, regular Herbalife months. Okay, so you can see it now in front of you. So the first day of the first lap is 1st of the month. It means that the day 0 would be closed day before, 31st of the month, previous month. Okay, it's over on 10th of the month. Then we have these 5 days in between. Then the next month starts with on day 15th, closing day, start on 15th, and then 16th of the month is the first reporting day. And so we have 2 labs, and we have 2 lab reports. First lab report is coming on 12th of the month, and second on 27th of the month. 2 fixed dates. It doesn't work otherwise. It's not because I just woke up in the morning and said, hey, let's do it this way. For clusters. The system doesn't work this way. We have to compare apples to apples within the group of people. So that's why we have to work based on this standard monthly plan if we want to create organizational business and not just customer business. Our customers don't care about our marketing plan. They can buy on any date of the month because they just run out of products. But we as distributors, as supervisors, we do care about months. We know volume, we know royalties, we know qualifications, we know promotions. We are very much thinking months. So this is exactly, now we are getting to the next phase of this game, which is organizational building. So that's why we need to link ourselves to Herbalife months. So let's continue. So marathon clusters again. We have two main roles. One is a person who organizes this this cluster, and then captains. I want to say players, right? Because it's not a team, right? It's a cluster. So here we are not players, we are captains here. So the guy who would organize, who is captain, right, in the team, the main guy or girl, it's obviously more often as a girl. Anyway, so is called a chief captain. Chief captain. Chief captain. Anyone can be chief captain. Anyone who organizes the cluster is a chief captain. So this chief captain goes to a certain command, clicks on certain command in the bot, in the captain bot. I will show you later, and creates cluster. It's very simple. So they just asked, do you want to create cluster? Yes. What's its name? So we just give it a name, assign a name to the cluster, and then system would tell us, okay, this is your link, send it to your captains. That's it, it's done. It's just 2 clicks. This is very simple to create. So, and then those member captains, okay, they receive your link, your invitation link. You know who you are specifically, you talk to people, you explain first to your people. If you create your own cluster, I mean, many of you would be probably invited by your upline to the clusters, all right? But if you create your own link, so you know who these 10 people are, whether it's your downline or not, but you want to get together with these people and run this competition. It doesn't really matter right now. So then as a captain who receiving this link, you just click the button, you click this link, right? You are asked, do you want to join? Yes, boom, done, that's it. It's just 2 clicks. It's that simple. And then once lap is over, this is very exciting what's going on here. So on your left, you're gonna have top 10 captains recognition. So those who had more players and more weight loss results. So top 10 captains out of this cluster. That's why we need at least 10, up to 30. So, but we're gonna have top 10 on this flyer. Then we have top 10 players for the entire lap. Then we have top 10 assistant captains. Players obviously are measured based on weight loss, but assistant captains are measured already based on players they brought into the game. Means those who are in the first rows, they're very much close to become captains. This is the captain development already. So now other people and other assistant captains, they see that there are few people at the first, second, third rows. They are close to become captain. So why not me? So it opens a conversation with your assistant captain when you come and say, hey, let's move to top 10 of assistant captains of this group. So let's bring few more people. And this is very exciting to me. And then the last one on your right is cluster lab report for the entire lab. So you would see here number of captains participating, number of teams within this lab of this cluster, number of assistant captains, number of players. This is also realistic numbers, by the way, coming from a real lab. And then weight loss. So this is what you're gonna get. I think these are huge testimonials of success of what we do, and you will bring many people. You will get excited, those who are participating already, and you will be able to bring more people based on this one. On top of that, all of you as captains participating, you would get the top. It's not top, it's just full ranking. It doesn't matter how many people participating, you're gonna have the ranking, the rating of all the member captains. So you're gonna have a rank, you're gonna get number of active, based on number of active teams, then number of active players, connected players, and total weight loss. So these 4 parameters are going to make you ranked based on the same parameters, based on the same factors. So all 30 are going to be ranked this way. Very exciting. So now for those who are top team members, millionaire team, president's team, now you can get your organization, your captains from your organization and start those competitions. It's a big deal. This is what we were asked for at least 3 years now from top leaders. When can we have statistics on our own captains? When can our captains can compete? So now it's coming. That's it. This is captains competition. If you have dozens of captains, you can create already at least 10 in your organization. You create your own organizational cluster. If not, you join others or you join forces with some other interested supervisors, and you create non-down line, but with sidelines, right? You can create clusters. You don't need to wait until you will be called. By the way, as a supervisor, as a captain, you can participate in several clusters. One could be of your upline. One could be of your sideline. One could be your own. You organized with some other people. So you're not limited in number of clusters you can participate in. That's why it's going to be a command which allows you to edit and manage your clusters and leave clusters and add people to clusters and so on and so forth to create leadership groups. Okay? So next is very interesting thing. So if we are talking about royalties and achieving high level of the marketing plan, so here's what we need to see. We need to see how people are moving within this game. It's like a nutrition club, right? In nutrition club, what we do, we bring someone to the club. People love what's going on, get results, bring some more people, become distributor, become what we call a junior club partner. Okay, start helping, become supervisor, make money, make more money, make even more money, creating like 20, 30, 40 customers within this club still. And now I'm strong enough to go and open my own club. Once I open my own club, what I do? I bring it to maximum capacity. Then I find people who are interested in doing business, same way exactly. I create more and more clubs under me. At the end of the day, if my clubs are good enough and my other supervisors who are not in the clubs, if they know what to do, they need to have some other types of operations if they don't have nutrition club, like marathon, by the way. So then my organization is growing. I got enough leaders. I become millionaire team and president's team. So exactly the same story is going to emerge here. So we start as a player, which is the nutrition club member, right? So called player here. It's just a customer. The goal is to get results. Then we move to the next one, become assistant captain. And it's someone who referred to players, become distributor, building own team. This is the idea. This is the goal. Then creating first. You remember incomplete team? Complete the team now under this person. Make this new distributor a captain. So now we got someone called junior captain. The idea is to build second team and become active supervisor and active captain, as we call it. So then we move to the active captain. Now we are active supervisor, 2 teams at least, 2,500 volume points. Now I need more teams, like just like crazy. I need to get between 5 and 10 teams. If I don't have between 5 and 10 teams, I will not see duplication. Very simple. It's very simple. If I don't have enough raw material, I have no chances to find interesting people who are excited, because I myself don't make enough money to be very attractive for them. So my business is not exactly attractive, even though maybe I work from home, maybe it's great, maybe I make extra €1,000, everything is wonderful, and maybe I don't have any expenses on my business because it's free and runs on my phone, but still, it's not enough. Statistics is statistics. So people, we need to find those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% of people who have burning desire to change something in their lives. That's why it starts from 5 teams. If you don't have 5 teams, you should not stop until you have 10. Because 5 is not enough. Let's face it, 5 is not enough. The person who is going to be number one today, in today's rating, is going to have above, I don't want to say because you are going to cry. Let's do it later, okay? But we will reveal how many teams this person runs simultaneously. It's unbelievable. It's doable. Trust me, 5 is nothing. So, and then you start creating cluster. First, even if you want to become chief cluster, but you don't have a team big enough, you bring others into your cluster. You just learn how to run organization by inviting your sidelines. Obviously, if your upline is running cluster, join immediately. Join. Ask your top team members, are you running the cluster? Let's do it. Open up your cluster. I want to join your cluster. You talk to your upline, right? If this upline doesn't run cluster, go to the next upline. Go to the next upline until you find someone who runs the cluster already. Listen, nobody runs clusters yet. Just to understand, right? We didn't launch it yet. This is pre-launch explanation. But I'm talking about like 2 months from now, 3 months from now, when it starts, somehow starts working. So make sure that you are part of clusters, running with different people. You will learn from different people and you will see how it works. And then one day you get your 10 captains and you create your own cluster. It means you are about to get Team Plus. Once you have just one cluster, you already get Team Plus. I promise you. So if you have 10 active captains and you are not get Team Plus, let me know. I will send you a check of let me think for how much. 25 euros would be probably enough, just to prove the case. Okay, so, and then you start building multiple. If you are millionaire team or president's team, right now, you already have enough captains probably to form several clusters. And this is where it goes into the leadership groups building. If we want to achieve the highest levels of the marketing plan, we need to have leadership groups coming from your first line. Get Team Millionaire team in your first line, and these are clusters. These are clusters. More clusters you have as a leader, more chances you get to hit your chairman's club in the future and founder circle. Because this is exactly what you need to create. So clusters is the royalty building, and this is highest level of marketing plan, foundational. It's a game to get there. So building organization is boring. Play the game is interesting, is fun. Okay, so again, let's go through the flow. Very simple flow. First, create as many teams as possible to find more potential captains. Number 2, join forces with other captains to run large lab and start competition within cluster. 3, once you have at least 10 captains of your own, create your own cluster. Number 4, develop your cluster up to 30 captains. Add and add and add more of your captains, develop more captains, and make it 30. You cannot make it 31. It's limited. Why it's limited? Because it's time to split. It's time to split into two. That's why we have teams limited only by 8 people, not including captain, right? Why our team is not 100 people? Did you think about it? I was talking the other day with someone who is running very nice challenge. And I said, how is it going? I will not tell you in which country, but very nice challenge, whatever challenge is. I said, so how is it going? He is saying it's going great. You know, everyone is saying it's going great. And I say, so give me some insights into the greatness. I also want to be great. He says, okay, what do you want to know? I say, so for example, how many customers participate in the challenge? He says, about 250. I say, this is wonderful. This is just unbelievable. And I say, okay, and how many supervisors are part of this 250? He says, about 48 or something, 49, 48, about, let's say 50. I said, that's wonderful, just unbelievable. It means it's approximately, how many of them are distributors, those who are actually in business? He says, another 50. So, oh, that's great. That means that there are 100 people who are in business, brought another 150 people, right? So it's about 1.5 customer per distributor. And you make royalties, right? So it's your royalty business. It's not their customer business. It's not their personal volume business. It's not their money. It's your royalty. So let's face it. So you just brought all your organization of all your customers, all your distributors into one group, and they feel good about it because they're losing weight. But there is no structure. No one brings customers because there is no reason to bring customers. Because it's not measurable. It's not measured. It's not recognized in any place. It's not structured. So that's why there are small groups. We need to have small groups, because then once you create a small group, then we have a second group starts. It's called incomplete team. This is the whole story. This is the whole point of incomplete teams. So you are always kind of unsatisfied. Incomplete team is you are not satisfied. You need to complete it. Okay. So once you achieve 30 captains, you split it into 2 clusters, and then you grow each cluster up to 30 again, and then split it again and create new clusters. So this is the leadership, organizational building type of thing. So now we are getting to the point. So there are 2 you are going to see on May 1st. It starts on May 1st. Not the lab starts, but the command will be available on May 1st for you to build clusters. On May 1st, you will see approximately it's going to be more or less everywhere, but it's about 20 languages are going to be supported by then, or maybe 15 or 20 languages already. It's in works. So you will see a command called new cluster /new cluster. You type it, or you will find it in your Captain bot, new cluster. And this is where you create new cluster. And then you will have another one is called clusters. This is where you manage existing clusters. So it's available on May 1st for live testing. It's going to be testing still. We will still be reveal all kinds of bugs and what's not. So be ready, don't worry. Just please provide all this information. Anything goes wrong for you, just go to the support and report on any bug you found. This is live testing. So don't worry. We need your feedback. We will take it into account. Everything will be fixed and improved. So first cluster lab to run starts on 15th of May. That means you have 2 weeks to build clusters, to invite captains. You can start doing it now on paper. Just by the way, start doing it now on paper. Create clusters on paper. Teach people. Tell them what's going to happen. And then on 15th of the month, 8 May, which is months from now, you have enough time to get ready. You start your lab within standard monthly plan. It's going to be second lab of the month. So that means that you will need to change. If you don't use a standard monthly plan, you will need to switch to standard monthly plan. Let's be clear, right? And you would need to start your next lab on May 1st, and then your first cluster lab on May 15th. Okay, so then your customers will be fine, but you need to get some time, to take some time in order to educate your entire customer base that timeline of labs is changing. By the way, nobody cares about it, just between us. We did it many times in many places. People don't care. They just hear. They say, okay, fine, I don't care when do we start. Who cares about it? It's not about, by the way, it doesn't matter when exactly the weekend is falling. It doesn't really matter, because we don't need them 10 to report 10 out of 10. 7 is enough. Trust me. This is anyway we have 7 out of 10. Anyway. So by the way, we measured in both engagement, in both when it starts on Monday and up to going into Wednesday, right? 10 days. And then there is a weekend in the middle, or we can randomly fall somewhere, which is where the standard monthly plan. So we never know where weekend falls, right, within the lab. So it's exactly the same. 7 out of 10 people report anyway. So we don't need more. 7 is absolutely representative. 7 reporting days, I mean, right, by customers. This is the average. Okay, so all the information is going to be available on the Marathon channel, which is HLF Marathon. This is its address. If you are not connected yet, please go there and connect. And so I'm personally very excited. I believe that it will take time to adopt, understand, start running your own competitions, and move a gear, right, within your marathon game. And so go to the next level of the game, go to the next level of the marketing plan. So thank you very much.